Depression.cat, Anxiety.cat. Why? Why we make this kind of group? Why? What do you think? Because we want to make the association with the non-numeric data, the categorical data. Example, this one, gender. Gender is category. You cannot make correlation between gender and depression score because depression score is numeric. You cannot do that. But how you want to make it correlated together? How you want to make the togetherness test? How? How you want to test their togetherness? How? You measure the certificate of perkahwinan. No, marriage certificate cannot be applied here. You measure based on the type of analysis. So based on the type that's suitable for this kind of analysis is, of course, you need to transpose or transform the numeric data to become category. Because the categorical data cannot be transformed into numeric. Cannot. It's haram. You know haram? Cannot be doing it lah. So you got the numeric data, you can transform it into category. That's why I got this kind of category lah, which is we call it as stress cat 1, stress cat 2. 1 is what? Normal. 2 is stress, right? Okay, we already coded this one as normal and stress. So based on 1 and 2 here, only we can make association with our IV, especially our IV that is non-numeric. What is our non-numeric IV? So many. That's why when you want to conduct any study in the future, never ever and also educate yourself and your student and your colleague and your friend and your co-workers and your whatsoever that you want to run the analysis. Don't encourage them using the categorical data because last but not least, nothing that can be analyzed rather than the chi-square and also logistic regression. That is not really the real deal of the data. Ask them about the real things lah. Example, if I want to ask about age, I may ask the respondent to fill up their age. If I want to ask about their income like this, right? I prefer you put your own income because categorizing it, I can do it for you. But sometimes you cannot do anything. Example, gender. How you want to measure? You male or female, you cannot measure. You only can see inside the IC, okay, laki, perempuan. Race, religion, whatsoever, is already there. But if you can measure, then measure it. Don't let the people or don't let your scientists or your investigation become hampered because you don't have chance to improve it. This is just an idea lah. When you conduct some experiment in your clinic, in your hospital, look for the highest rank. The highest rank is what? Ratio. Look for the highest one. The lowest one is what? Nominal is what? The lowest rank under the seat or under the shoes of N. You know N? Under the shoes of N is nominal. You know N? Semut berkawat satu hore under the N. Shoes. The lowest one. So, please don't choose the lowest one, especially if you can ask the highest one. If you cannot ask, then you cannot do anything lah. Okay, got it. Example, you want to know the type of car. How you want to ask? Don't ask the type of car, ask the price of the car. Correct or not? Because based on the price, you can characterize the car, right? BMW and BMX, what is the difference? Different lah kan? One is 100k, one more is just a few k. Something like that lah. You can make it classified. You can classify it later. Okay, how to do that? It's very simple. You have to go to your step of hypothesis first. Don't go into analyze. Majority of you want to go analyze, and then you do not know what to reject and fail to reject. Last kali, you are making a wrong conclusion. So now, the first step is what? The first step is state. State of what? United States of America? No, So the first step is actually, you are going to state your null and alternative hypothesis. Okay, what is your null? Okay, as I mentioned to you, there are two kinds of hypotheses. The first one is the statistical concept. So the statistical concept will be like this. DV independent to IV. And then what is your alternative or research hypothesis? DV dependent to IV. As simple as that. As simple as that. And then your null. What is your null? This is where you want to write a very fancy word. That is a significant association. Make sure you spell it right. Otherwise, it becomes S, you know. association. Association between what? Between IV and DV lah. Oh, thank you very much, doctor. There is no significant association between IV and DV. What is our IV in this case? Gender. Okay, gender. And our DV will be stress level or stress status. Example lah. Okay, this is our way of doing it. We want to see the relationship. Because in the end of the day, I think majority of you might want to recap back. What is our needs of analysis? Because we want to answer the objective number 3. To identify the relationship, right? Correlation or association between IV and DV. Correct or not? We must go back to the real deal. This is our real deal. Because we want to know their association and also their relationship between IV and DV. So your alpha value is equal to 0.05 and you must run and report and you must also indicate your p-value and last but not least you must make a decision. It's must same. Okay, this one is little bit differ because you are no longer talking about the proportion is similar or not similar. You are talking about there is significant association between IV and DV. This is the concept. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, when you go back to your hospital, to your university, to your workplace, when you want to do research, it's very easy actually. You can run it and do it in a few minutes to few hours. Then you can publish more than 10 papers per month. Yes, of course. Per month. Okay. So, how to run this particular analysis? Very simple. You identify first your IV and DV. So, we got the gender as the IV and then the DV is stress level. Because we want to know is there any significant association between the stress levels and then we want to associate it with the gender because the gender is our IV. So, how to do that? It's very simple. We got two kind of doing it.